It's been almost 5 years. It was 2016 when we started Khoya. The reason why is we actually felt there was a gap in the market for a product that people could be proud about in terms of mithai. We did all the trials to see whether if we start using better ingredients, we don't use colors, we don't use artificial flavors, could it actually become a product that people would be nostalgic about, or this is the way that it used to be, this is how it would taste. Once that got tackled and we figured out a way to actually create that, and that was not only through ingredients but also through process of how we make the mithai and improve that process. We then worked on the packaging and just made it beautiful, like something wonderful, stunning box that you can give away not only for weddings or for events, but also just even if you go to somebody's house for a dinner, much nicer than a bottle of wine, I feel. Over the years, it's been very exciting for us because I almost feel that we created a new market category. I do feel that we were market leaders, at the time that we started it, nobody had done anything similar to this. So it's been quite wonderful, and now you may have also noticed that a lot of new mithai brands have sort of sprouted up, and I think it's excellent. It just gives mithai the importance that it deserves, and the market is very big, so there's enough space and place for that. So I think it's been very well received. We spent the first 1 or 2 years focusing on the product, focusing on the packaging, building the brand, and then the next few years now, sort of building our sales up and creating a stronger team to sort of take on larger expanses. I do think that now premium mithai has been accepted for a couple of reasons. One is there was maybe a lack of understanding in terms of what actually is happening in the current mithai scenario. I feel that even if you ask sort of typical halwais, putting color into mithai is not something that they feel is negative or bad.
For the pink color, we use beetroot juice. For the green, we have this green this pistachio only pasta, and for the rest of the things, natural color only you use. And we use organic sugar and the pure desi ghee for the sweets, all of our sweets.
Earlier it was difficult, I can be honest. When we started off, it was like, what's the difference, what's going on? And we had to get people to try it, to experience it, to hold the box, to open the box, to open the packaging and take a piece and then eat it. And once they finished that circle, we had a new consumer. What makes Khoya stand apart is the fact that we've always been traditional, right? We have spent a lot of time. We spent maybe 6 to 7 months just doing research on what was happening in the mithai industry 50 years ago, 100 years ago, 500 years ago. We really went as far back as we possibly could. We were having discussions with, food critics, food historians, traveling the length and breadth of the country, and having the best mithai from each mithai shop in a particular state, just to really understand what is happening, what are people doing, how are we learning from that. And then we created a traditional Indian mithai brand. I think today there are lots of other brands out there who are doing a fantastic job, and we all know each other, we all get along, and I feel that for them they've gone a little bit more on the modern side of the mithai, which is also great. There's a market for that, but for us we've remained traditional because that's where we felt we wanted to make that change. So I hired a very good pastry chef, and I hired a very good halwai, and I put them together and I said, now please go to the kitchen and make me the best mithai that exists in the world. And they came out and all this mithai was there, and it was all very, very bad. So I was like, what happened? So they're like, no, I want to do this, and that guy was like, I want to do that, and this is not how you do it, but this is how I have to finish it. So it was a bit tedious and I wasn't sure, but then my wife and I went into the kitchen, and we have a deep understanding of recipe development and process and cooking. So we said, now please make besan laddu, please make it from start to finish. So we sat there, watched the whole process. Cool. Now make a coconut laddu. And similarly, we went through all our favorite mithais to see how it's made. Once we did that, we then told the chef, okay, I think it's not going to work with you, because we need halwai, because there's a technique that we need. The part that needs the finesse, the part that needs that upgrade, that one process that can be changed for the better, we'll manage that. And that's exactly what happened. So we started with the besan laddu was the first one that we tried, and we just bettered it. We just changed a few things around, and when it came out and we tasted it, it was wonderful. It was definitely for me a taste of my childhood growing up in Delhi. The answer is, if you ask a question that what is the USP of Khoya, everybody will say everything, right? And in a way that's true, because what happens in today you can't afford to do anything wrong. So if you get a great product in bad packaging, or bad packaging in a great product, or the ribbon is scrawny, or it's not tied properly, you need all the parts to fit. You need the elements to come together. So I think if I was to really maybe better answer your question in terms of what is the USP, I would say it's nostalgia. I think that for us, that's what it is. It's about bringing something back, and we've had such wonderful experiences of people messaging us, emailing us, coming to the store and reacting, saying that, my God, I have, just got a taste of my childhood back, and that for us is the most rewarding thing. We have quite a wide variety of mithai now, almost 40 plus options. However, at any given point, we typically keep between 16 to 20, so that it's in rotation. Out of those, our top selling ones are typically pista longe, coconut laddu, and the milk cake. We've also introduced a new mithai this season with the bal mithai, which actually for me again has a massive nostalgia. And when we launched it, I've never received so many messages on Instagram saying that, oh my God, I have this memory, or somebody used to get it back for me when I was a kid, or I remember those sugar balls on top, and everybody had a memory. Without a doubt, Diwali is our busiest season. I would say that the chunk of the sales in the year happen during Diwali for obvious reasons. For Diwali, what we've done is we've done a few multiple things.
We have this kesar barfi, then this rose peda, date and nuts. It has natural sugar. We don't have any additional sugar in this. This is pista longe. Then we have kesar khoya laddu, coconut barfi. This is bal mithai from Uttarakhand, as we know. This is like the pista barfi we have. This is classic khoya. We have roasted like khoya in this, half and half. And this one like half regular khoya and the roasted khoya we have in this. This is the hot selling item. We have pink coconut laddu again. Then the badam barfi we have, and this is pan pista peda. We have gulkand inside, like the filling of gulkand inside the sweets, along with the pista.
So so when you used to go again, like maybe in the old Delhi shops, you used to go to the halwai, and there used to be maybe a round mithai which is half dark brown and half white. It's actually just a Khoya Mithai, but half is roasted more and half is roasted less, and it was just a beautiful classic simple mithai with a kaju on it. And so we've also introduced that. Diwali hampers were very important to us. We take a lot of time and care sort of curating a good 6 to 8 different options for our customers and clients. And so we have 2 types of hampers.
These are the regular hamper we have. So we also call this customized hamper. So in this, like we can put box of, instead of box of 16, we can put box of 10 also. And like we have roasted nuts right now. This roasted nut jars, panjiri jars, misri sof, and apart from this we got like kesar pan also for this.
Of course, there is room for customization, which invariably does happen for larger orders.
And we got like this meetha pan, this incense stick from Fool, especially made for Khoya.
At the moment, we have a store at the Chanakya Mall, as well as a spot at the Oberoi in New Delhi. We have a Shopify online sales portal, and it's doing quite well. In fact, we just launched it recently. We were a bit skeptical to launch it before we were 100% ready with our sort of operations. Now we are able to sort of handle the scale automatically, so it's been doing well. As far as mithai goes, there are certain occasions or certain times when things are introduced, whether it's the giver or it's different festivals, and as a consequence we keep on doing that. We also have a few savory things. We have a kachori, which people have just absolutely loved, and it's till today, even if there's certain periods where you don't have the kachori, I get a lot of grief from people, and then I get calls directly saying why I need the kachori and please whatever. So we've introduced a lot of things. So yeah, so everything is seasonal and everything has its time. However, there is a set of about 12 to 15 mithais that we cannot touch, because those are what people like to order, and also traditionally what people kind of expect to see in a mithai shop, whether it's the motichur laddu or a besan laddu or pista longe or coconut laddu. So those things we don't touch. But yes, there's a lot of rotation, there's a lot of innovation, and to be honest, there are lots of mithais that we have worked on which we feel have not had that feeling of that experience and that amazing kind of taste or something, and as a consequence we have not launched that. It felt like we had a winner. We tasted it, we're like, my god, this is like really great. I mean, I can actually taste the coconut, and not that syrupy synthetic, you know, sludgy coconut. I can actually taste beautiful, you know, that the finish is perfect. And we wanted to sort of get, you know, some feedback, you know, and of course we sent it to friends and family, and everyone was like, oh my god, this is very different, and I love it, where can I buy a box? But still, what we did is we actually took a bunch of this mithai and went to Chandni Chowk, and there we were literally walking the streets, and we were looking at people who were sitting outside their homes, old homes, you know, like literally like reading this newspaper in the sun, and we would say, look, do you mind trying this mithai? And we've, you know, tried to style it in a traditional format, and they were like, we made people try it. We made people try it who were sitting outside their homes. We made people try it at actually mithai shops, and the response was phenomenal. They were just, I mean, even the guy at the mithai shop could not say, but he's saying, you know what, that is very good. He's saying that my father would have made mithai like this. So I asked him, so but now you don't? And he's saying, look, now it's different, you know, we make it on volume, so, you know, we tweak the recipe a little bit, and he didn't, you know, to be honest, he didn't say anything negative to me, but I know what it was, you know, I mean, whether it's use of sugar or whatever it may be, you know, or I could see that his, you know, sweet shop was like very colorful. You cannot get those colors unless you actually are, you know, adding something to it. So it was really wonderful, and even the old lady, an old lady who tried it, and she's like, you know, she's like bachpan ka yaad aa gaya and all that. It was a wonderful feeling to hear that. So we created a few new products, and which includes a Kesar Supari, which was a wonderful success that we launched last year, to which we've added now a sauf, you know, a beautiful mishri sauf, and real mishri, not like the sugar, you know, like size mishri, but actually mishri, and 3 teas. We've also got teas now, so we've got like a kava tea, we have a pan tea, and we have a marigold masala. If I was to pinpoint Diwali sweets, I don't think there's anything such thing in terms of actual, you know, like tradition. However, if I was to select 2 mithais that I feel that most people would like to have or get ordered more during Diwali, it's the motichur laddu and the pista launch. I like all of them. I really love all the sweets. The one I tell you, the one that I'm not too fond of, because that's my palate, is the pan. We have a pan pera, and that is for me a little bit strong, but it is definitely one of our top 5 selling mithais. It does. My favorite is like the milk cake and coconut laddu. For me, those 2 are the benchmark.